This is for Scorpio for the week of March 15th. Guess who's a Scorpio? It's pretty obvious.
This early? What? I want you to know it's okay if... I want people out there to know if you've ever felt like you've been misdiagnosed by your sun sign, that's okay. And you can feel that way because I am very misdiagnosed by Scorpio. Not to diss other Scorpios out there, because I think Scorpio is a awesome sign, as are all of them. I just don't think I've very much aligned with it most of my life. I received the Four of Shields, which is also known as the Four of Pentacles, in the problem position, Two of Swords in the obstacle, and Ace of Swords in the resolution. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and say what I think mine is trying to convey. So looking at these cards, it looks like you recently had an opportunity it looks like it's been fruitful for you. Whether that is you succeeded in a project, maybe you've had a successful, you just went on a date that was really great. Maybe you just got your first down payment for a mortgage or something like that. It's really exciting. Or maybe you completed a project at school. And that would be the Four of Shields, which is usually like opportunity.
Or maybe you just finished cleaning your socks.
Yes. Are you trying to say something, Kay, that you want to share with the class? Because I feel really targeted with that remark. But anywho,
sorry, today Jessie has a routine.
No, we're not going to talk about my routine. No, we're not going to talk about that. Everybody likes clean laundry. I'm just going to say that. Everybody likes clean laundry. Anyway, but this card is double-edged, which means that there are two sides of success. Can bring both joy, and it can also be like maybe indecision afterwards. And I definitely see that with the Two of Swords and the obstacles. Like after you've had this great thing that's happened to you, now it's like, what's the next step? What do I do now? That's the indecision that you're feeling. However, I think that you should push aside all of that feeling of like, what am I going to do next? What's the best thing? Because that will come to you pretty soon with the Ace of Swords, which says clear mind and clarity, and that you'll have something coming forward in the future, whether that is like a new project that comes your way, a new relationship, something is just around the corner, and you'll have a clear mind to tackle it. What are you feeling, Kay? What's going on with your cards?
So it's interesting. Mine is a little different from yours.
Oh, really? Mine felt like very, I don't know, something to do with like financial or work is what I got with it.
Yeah, and that's what's funny. So I have in the problem position the Two of Cups, which is one of the classic love cards. But what's interesting is it can also it can also represent reconciliation. So I don't know if something's going on, guys, with an ex. In the obstacle position, I have the Emperor and the Magician, and to me, these are both. In my deck, you can see they're a little bit masculine, and I almost feel kind of logic based, not super emotional. Magicians are about creativity, but in my deck, I can see how you would put these two together and almost feel like here with the sword that someone is trying to take the lead or be in that position where they feel like they're in control, and maybe they're struggling to feel that way. And then for the resolution, one of my favorite cards, the Hierophant, the Taurus. So the Hierophant is, I feel like, kind of a spiritual card. It's also about higher learning, which is interesting. And then Eight of Cups, which can be a little bit of a sad card. And the reason when I see Eight of Cups and Two of Cups together, I almost feel like you guys are being tempted to reach out to someone who you've already ended things with in the past. And I know how hard that can be, especially, I mean, we're getting into spring and it can be really hard. Certain seasons remind you of your ex or something.
This sounds like a very much more Scorpio read than mine is. Maybe
Yes.
these cards are getting my sort of indecision with some of the stuff that's happening in my own life when it comes to
Could
my
be.
own like work projects and stuff like that. My own juju rubbed off on the
Well,
cards here.
and you're a Scorpio, so very much. And this might be for those Scorpios that are really tempted to go back to the ex. Um, I would say think it through. Do some research. Really take that.
Do a background check.
Do a background check. Trust me. Trust me on that one. Do a background check and try to be strong. I know it's hard. It's so hard. Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, sometimes I delete the number altogether because I don't want to be tempted. Um, I know Dua Lipa has that great song about avoiding an ex. Well, Jesse's being typical anti-Scorpio and doesn't know this Dua Lipa song. She says, "Don't pick up
Which
the phone.
one?
You know he's only calling because he's drunk and alone."
Oh, that one. But then she ends up going and having a relationship with him anyway in the song. Yeah,
Does
did you
she?
listen to the rest of those lyrics?
Okay. The first part. Listen to Dua Lipa in the first part. Not that we're never gonna
Yeah.
tell you what to
Always
do.
that's Kay. She's looking at all this stuff and ignores some of the other obvious factors.
I'm the
It's
wannabe
fine.
Scorpio. But yeah, and Tauruses are very level-headed.
Wishes she was Scorpio.
I wish I was Scorpio. They're
I
very
wish I was Taurus.
Tauruses were Earth, we're grounded. So maybe right now is the time to sort of instead of being in that watery emotional energy, reminiscing about the past, be a little more grounded. Is also a possible suggestion.
All right. Well, we hope you've liked what you've seen today at Tarot Girlies for the week of March 15th, March 16th. We really would love all of your feedback and constructive criticism. But this was Kay and Jesse. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hope to see you soon.